have you ever heard just relax and it will happen? These comments can make you feel shut down, and it's invasive, and it also might even push a trigger button in you that might like set you off the edge and make you lose your cool. Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Carly and today we're diving into the topic that hits really close to home, as many of us don't know how to deal with unsolicited advice about fertility. So, did you ever have somebody start to tell you some advice and you didn't ask for it? This is why it's so important to be able to set a boundary that allows you some space to breathe. I remember when I was constantly told to just take a vacation as if it would solve everything, and it made me feel misunderstood and alone. Have you ever felt the same way? It's okay to feel upset. Acknowledgement of these feelings is the first step towards dealing with them. All right, so setting clear boundaries is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. So here is a simple framework for setting boundaries. First, you want to stay calm, so take a deep breath before responding. And second, we want to use I statements to express your feelings without judging or blaming that person. And three, you want to be direct, so clearly state your needs and your boundaries. For example, you might say, I appreciate your concern, but this is a place and a private matter to me, and I don't want your advice. I don't want whatever you're trying to offer me. So why does this work? Setting boundaries helps you take control of the conversation, and it protects your emotional space. So imagine your emotional space as a garden. By setting boundaries, you're putting up a fence to keep out the weeds that can harm your plants. This fence doesn't just keep things out, it also allows you to nurture what's inside and what truly matters. So I love to tell personal stories. I once had to tell a close friend, I know you mean well, but these comments are really hard for me, and it isn't easy for me. So setting that boundary was actually really helpful in preserving the friendship and my sanity. And knowing that when people make comments, it does plant a seed in your head. So be vulnerable, be welcome to share how you really feel when people say things around you. Sometimes you might want to respond without getting into the details and hear some phrases to keep it short and still be respectful to people that you know, like, or trust. So thank you for your advice, but we're following our own plan. Or I appreciate your input, but we're handling it well on our own. Or thanks, but this is something that we're managing ourselves. This maintains your boundaries without inviting further discussion. So why do I need to use these phrases? They acknowledge the other person's concern, but it also clearly signals that you're not open to further advice or questioning, and it politely closes that topic without offending anybody. And it also protects your personal space and lets others people know around you to respect it. For me, yoga has been a lifesaver. When I feel overwhelmed, I can roll out on my mat and just breathe and practice some acts of self-care. And it makes a big difference. So, what type of self-care activities work best for you? Engaging in self-care is essential when dealing with stress and emotional challenges. So here is how to incorporate your self-care acts into your day. Try out yoga. It helps relax the mind and the body. Maybe try out meditation. It can help you clear your mind and reduce stress. Maybe try walking out in nature, changing the scenery, getting a breath of fresh air. Or maybe connection, spending time with someone who you love, who's close with you. Self-care helps you feel grounded and resilient in the entire practice. Why is self-care important? It replenishes your energy, it calms your mind, it strengthens your emotional resilience, and it like charges your battery. So just like how a battery depletes over time, you want to recharge your battery with things that help you put yourself first. So that way you're actually able and capable of handling life's challenges. Oftentimes when I am feeling overwhelmed by unsolicited advice, and this is the case in me being a functional nutrition coach and healer, oftentimes the friends or family who really cared about me wanted to dump in medical advice or tell me to go see a doctor or other things that I really didn't want. It wasn't in alignment for myself nor my birth experience at all. So what I had to do was set a boundary, a clear boundary. And it looks something like this. I have a plan in place. I appreciate hearing that you care about me. I love you too. But I already have something that is working well for me and that I'm excited about. And I'm not looking for your advice. And I love you. And something simple like this, something to acknowledge that they are concerned about me, they want to help me, and also how I don't want their help. And in a community where we're used to giving advice and not even asking, do you want help or are you ready for this? Then people automatically do it. So you can say, you know what would make me feel a lot better is if you ask me if I'm looking for advice. If you ask me, can I help? Or if you ask me, how can I help? And allow me to fill in the solution. I've experienced this so many times before, especially in my relationship with my husband. There are times where instead of him asking, how can I help or do you want my help, he would bulldoze past, and in me healing myself, working with my own trauma, my own reprogramming, he tried to bulldoze past and didn't allow me to have the healing that I actually needed. So allow yourself to set the boundary. Allow yourself to say what it is that you need and acknowledge how that person is trying to be there for you, and also set the boundary so they can understand how they can show up for the best way that could actually enhance the relationship for both of you. Finding a supportive community can make a really big difference. And so I want to talk about some ideas that can help you feel together and supported with people who have similar experiences or on the same path as you. So you can lean into your friends and family, those ones that have genuine support, they understand you, they hear you, or engage with an online community. I have a safe space which is called Roots in Fertility. It's a community online on school.com. Please check it out if you're really vibing with my style and you want to be more plugged in. You want to find places where you feel safe to express what's actually going on with you and somebody that can help walk hand in hand, as that connection is so important for emotional health. Supportive communities offer both of the emotional and the practical help. So being locked in with people who are on similar experiences as you, they can help give you insights and you'll feel that you're not alone. They can offer advice if that's what you want, or resources, or just be there to listen. If they're in that similar place, they're going to understand where you're at as well. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Remember, it's okay to set boundaries and practice self-care and lean on your support network. Prioritize your emotional well-being. And if you found this video helpful, please help and share it. Share it to a friend or a family or a colleague who's going through similar things. Maybe they're working on their fertility or have struggled with things in the past. We want to join forces, come together, and create a community around healing and health, vitality, and fertility. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already done this, I've got a small ask for you. It's super, super simple. It's free for you and easy to do. Click that red subscribe button. It helps, gives me support and me creating this content for you. And I will see you guys in the next video.